All right, Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. I give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the Akim, and unto the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth out in faith and sincerity. Basically, this lesson is going to be about being rooted. All right, and I got that, from the scripture in Colossians, all right, the 2nd chapter. You got to be rooted in this truth, and I'll just grab these scriptures real quick. This is Colossians 2:6. As ye have therefore received Yahweh Shai the Lord, so walk ye in him. It says, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught, abounding therein with thanksgiving. All right, now the scripture says rooted. All right, so we know roots are found in plants and trees. All right, but what do those roots do? All right, for those plants and trees? All right, why are they necessary? How does those roots help them? All right, first off, you see a tree. All right, wherever you may go, you may go out to a forest or whatever place where many trees are. All right, you can't just run up to that tree and try to knock it over. All right, that tree is in place. All right, there's nothing that you can do. All right, no matter how much strength you think you have. All right, that tree is not gonna fall down. All right. So why does it say that you have to be rooted? All right. Meaning that whatsoever is brought upon you, all right, you will remain in the faith. All right. You will remain in place. All right. So I just went to this little website or whatever. All right. Because basically I was saying the same thing. All right. But, the importance of roots, And it says, what do healthy roots do? It says many things. First, they provide the anchor needed to keep a plant in place, all right, or a tree. So a roots will keep a thing in place. All right, you're not going to be so easily, move. All right. What does the scripture say? Be not carried away with every wind of doctrine. You're not going to be carried away by these different philosophies or everything that is out there. All right. Because really can't no wind or, really just knock a tree over unless it's just like a big ass, a hurricane, a major hurricane. All right. But it's going to take a lot. That tree is not going to be easily removed. And that's how we have to be in this truth. All right. And the Lord also referred, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai also referred to us as trees. All right. This is Isaiah 61:3. It says, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that he might be glorified. All right. So we are also known as trees. All right. So I keep on reading from this little website. It says, more importantly, roots are the lifeline of a plant, taking up air, water, and nutrients from the soil and moving them up into the leaves. It says where they can interact with sunlight to produce sugars, flavor, and energies for the plant. That is the magic of how things grow. All right, so it says the roots are the lifeline of the plant, taking in water. What did the Most High say? All right, in the book of Isaiah? This is Isaiah 44:3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. So this water, all right, is a metaphor, or a symbolic, I should say, for this word, all right, this truth, you know. Just like Yahushua told the woman, all right, at the well, all right, this water, basically, I got that water that's basically not going to have you thirsting again. John 7:38, he that believeth on me, you know, out of him shall spring wells of everlasting life. All right, roughly paraphrasing, you know. So that's talking about this truth, this knowledge. All right, it says the roots are the lifeline of the plant, taking up air, water, and nutrients from the soil and moving them up into the leaves where they can interact with sunlight to produce sugars, flavor, and energy for the plant. And that is the magic how things grow. Yeah, so it said that's by taking in all of this water, all right, this knowledge, all right, this word, all right, because Yahweh Shah is the word also. It says that basically that's the magic of how these plants and these trees grow, by taking in all of these things. So if you go back to Colossians 2:7, it says rooted and built up in him. All right, so you have to grow in Yahweh Shah. But the only way that you can be able to grow in Yahweh Shah is taking in this knowledge. All right, eating the roll, just like the Most I told Ezekiel. All right, you got to eat the whole roll. And if you don't eat the whole roll, you won't be rooted. All right, you will not be rooted. All right, you when tribulation, you know, come upon you, all right, you'll give up. All right, when you start going through certain hell. All right, let me get that in. This is Matthew 13. All right, it says, I started 18, Matthew 13:18. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. When anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catches away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside, and the seed basically is the word. All right. It says basically when anyone hears the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one and catches away that which was sown in his heart. All right, so basically, yeah, if you see a guy, all right, come out in the highways and the byways and he listen to us speak, you know, he's trying to understand what we're talking about. But it's going to be a certain situation that comes up that's going to lead him to walk down the street. All right, it's going to distract him. All right, Satan is the wicked one. All right, so a certain situation will arise to make him be like, oh, no, I don't need to be here. So he's going to keep walking. It says, but he that receives seed in the stony place is the same as he that heareth the word, and anon with joy, and anon with joy receiveth it. And I believe the word anon means immediately. All right, he received joy. All right, but he said, yet had he not root in himself. All right, so he was happy that he was an Israelite. He happy, you know, to find out that he is, you know, of the chosen people. All right. The Most High's chosen people, which are the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And we have a kingdom coming. This thing's excited. It excited him. All right, he was just happy. All right. It says, yet he had not root in himself, but endured for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended. All right, so he only endured for a while, because when this tribulation and stuff comes up, you know, he can't last, because he didn't take root. He didn't really understand what this thing is about. All right, he had the sweet and bitter, you know, just like book of Revelation. All right, basically when you get this word, it's gonna be sweet to you. All right, but then it's gonna get bitter, you know. And a guy like this, he didn't understand that. All right. Yeah, when you first come in, you're gonna be so excited, you know. You know, it's one of the best feelings, all right, when you first find out you're an Israelite. All right, but then that hell started coming. You start going through things. You start experiencing things, you know. And you can't let those things take you up out of the truth. All right, make you forget about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, you know. It says, he also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful. All right, so this guy, he was too much into the world. All right, he might have cared about his woman, his family too much. You know, in the scriptures clearly tell you, well, Yahweh Shah said, he that loveth father or mother, son or daughter, all right, it's not worthy to be my disciple. You got to put your life, all right, on the back burner, all right. The book of 2 Timothy says that endure good hardness as a soldier. All right, it says that no man that warred entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. So you can't be too caught up into what's going on. You can't have your feelings wrapped up in Babylon, all right, which is America, all right. You can't be too into this place, all right, all into the money, you know. You wanna get that bag, all right. You wanna, you just too into Babylon, all right. And that will distract you from this truth. You'll start caring about those things more than this word, all right? More than doing what the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah wants you to do. That's why you got to have your eyes single, Put the Lord first, all right? Everything else comes second. It says, but he that receives seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word and understandeth it, which also bear fruit and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. So these people right here are this guy. All right, he was rooted. All right, he received the word. It says he understanded this, so he knew what this thing was about. All right, so that's how you gotta be. All right, that's how you're gonna take root, by actually understanding what you have to go through. All right, this is Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock, and that rock is Yahweh Shah. All right, Yahweh Shah has to be your foundation. Let me search this scripture real quick. This is 1 Corinthians 3:11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahweh Shah Mashiach. So Yahweh Shah, he has to be your foundation. And I think that's all I wanted from right there. I'll keep going. It says, now if any man build upon his foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, and stubble, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire. And the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. All right, that fire represents that tribulation, all right, that you're going to go through, the hell that you're going to catch. All right. Now, if you put fire to gold, silver, that's gonna purify it. All right, it's gonna make it better. And that represents the elect. All right, the elect, all right, will be that gold and that silver. All right, but if you put fire to wood, hay, and stubble, that's going to devour it. All right, those things don't last in the fire. All right. Going back to Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. All right, it was rooted, all right, and built up in Yahweh Shah. So the rain and the floods and the wind, they represent the tribulations. All right, the things that you're gonna go through in this truth. All right, as a man of the Lord, the things that you're gonna suffer. All right, when those things came upon them or come upon you, if you're founded upon this rock, you're not going to be moved, all right? You're going to be established in this thing, firm, all right? It says, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be like unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat upon the house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. So this man didn't build upon Yahushua. Right? You know what he might have thought that he was doing. He might have been in this thing for vain glory or anything, for money. You know, he wasn't sincere. He wasn't taking this thing seriously. All right, so when that hell came, he didn't understand why he was going through that. He was like, man, I don't got to be here. And you see a lot of guys do that. They're going to fall out. All right, because they get weak, you know. Romans 8:35, who shall separate us from the love of Yahushua? Shall tribulation, shall distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or sword? So this is a question that Paul is asking. What shall separate us from Yahushua, from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? Shall anything that we go through separate us from the love of Yahushua? All right, will we let anything take us out of this truth? All right. But you shouldn't, though. All right, because you should know that we have something greater that's coming, that is on the way. All right, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, all right, is going to give us the kingdom, you know, and we're going to rule forever. All right, it says, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as sheep for the slaughter. Now, nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. It said we are conquerors through him that loved us. So we conquer, all right, we overcome, basically, all the things that come upon us through Yahushua, all right, through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's how we able to overcome, all right, and because Yahushua, he is the comforter, all right, which is the scripture. Yahushua says that he come in the volume of the book. All right, so we read the scriptures and we get comforted, all right, through Yahushua. You know, and by that comfort, it helps us, you know, like if we going through hell, catching hell, you know, read the scriptures, all right, we gonna forget about that. We gonna be like, man, fuck that shit, man. Look, hey, we got a kingdom coming. All I gotta do is endure to the end, you know. Romans 8:38 says, for I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Most High, which is in Yahushua Mashiach, our Lord. All right, so basically nothing will be able to separate us. You know, this is somebody that's rooted, all right, that is rooted in his truth, that is established in the faith. All right. No matter what comes upon you here in this society, in Esau's kingdom, all right, nothing will be able to remove you away from Yahushua, all right, because you're rooted, all right. You understand what this truth is about. You know, you understand that we have something greater coming. You understand that the things that we're going through now cannot be compared to the things that are coming, all right. You understand that we have to go through these things, you know. This really was it. You know, so with that, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rachabadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, salutation to the occupants, to the elect that are scattered throughout the four corners of this earth, pushing the truth and faith and sincerity. Shalom.